Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing great. So I'm back with another video. Today I just want to talk about the crashing crypto market. As we can see, Bitcoin has broken out to the downside. We are on a downfall. As we can see, Bitcoin trading at around 23,600, but it's not only Bitcoin that is crashing. Even other crypto assets are crashing. So we can see that there is blood on the streets. It's not looking good, but I always say on my other videos that in a bear market, altcoins will always do worse than Bitcoin. As you can see here, everything is just bleeding. It's not looking good. I feel bad for new investors who are maybe experiencing their first bear market. That is people maybe who bought around November last year, or people who bought in 2020 and are holding for the long term, so they are feeling the pain. And for seasoned investors, I know they might feel something, but this is nothing new. This is nothing new to me. I've seen bear markets, I've seen worse than this. So Bitcoin has a new record as well, going to the downside, because now I think we've spent something like 10 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, to the downside, but we can do some counting just to be accurate. So this is a weekly chart. We're going to look at it in a weekly chart. So let's just count the weeks that Bitcoin has been going to the downside. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's about 12 weeks going to the downside. That is a new record for Bitcoin, but that doesn't mean that Bitcoin is dying for good like most people are claiming now. That is what I'm seeing on social media. The FUD is spreading as usual. Whenever we're in a bear market, you will see this type of FUD where people say Bitcoin is dead for good. So we've broken out to the downside from our previous support, because I think 28k and 30k, that was our support. That is where we are holding. This is where we are going sideways, but finally we broke down to the downside and it's not looking good. Like I said, the FUD is spreading on the mainstream media and other social media platforms. Okay, so let's look at the RSI, because we are extremely oversold on the RSI. We are below 30. So if you're below 30, that means we are oversold. So this is not the first time this is happening. Back in 2018 as well, Bitcoin was oversold. But historically, when this happens, these are the best buying opportunities, because the market is still going to recover. We are still going to see a new price discovery in this market. So most people are worried right now, and I understand that. Obviously the mainstream media will make it worse by trying to convince you that this market is dead, but it's not dead. This is nothing new. So Bitcoin continues to do this. As long as if we hold on our 200-day moving average, I think we are just going to be fine. You see, if we hold on this 200-day moving average here, we might be okay. There's nothing to really worry about. I know if you are somebody who invested heavy into altcoins, then you are having it the hardest, because altcoins are really doing bad. But then Ethereum as well, let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum is also oversold, extremely oversold. We are below 30, so that's 26. So that tells us that we are oversold. Again, this happened back in it was 2018. So this is nothing new. History always repeats itself in these markets. That is why we can always try to anticipate the future. It's not about trying to be 100% correct. So let's study the past to anticipate the future, and we can make money in this market. As I said, historically, when this happens, it is the best buying opportunity. So now let's look at Bitcoin on a daily chart. I just want to show you how I usually set my targets on when to buy. So I usually use the Fibonacci retracement tool. It helps me to set out my targets on when to buy and when to sell. So now if I look at my targets here, I am below 0.786. So those are extremely buying targets for me. That is where I set my target, that okay, if I am around 0.618 or below 0.786, then it's time for me to accumulate. As you can see here, if you are not buying here, then I don't know what you are doing. And I'm not saying sell your car or sell your house and get into crypto. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can dollar cost average in here. I know maybe I'm just beating a dead horse, because I always say that on my previous videos, saying that always dollar cost average in if we are on a downfall. But then people always find excuses not to buy in, and then they want to ask you questions when we are in a bull market. But this is when millionaires and billionaires are made, when we are in a market crash. Maybe things might get worse, like I mentioned in my previous video, that anything is possible. We could get a relief rally, or the market might sell off even more. But we know we're in a macro environment that is unstable. Interest rates are still rising. Inflation is high, as we can see with the fuel. So everything is just going to be expensive, and people are going to be holding onto cash in order for them to survive. They can't be risking their last cash investing in things they don't know or things they don't understand. But I know that crypto OGs are doing the right thing right now. People always laugh when the market is down like this, that you're investing in a scam or a Ponzi scheme. But it is not a Ponzi scheme. So as we can see, we're below 0.786. These are buying opportunities. These are extremely buying opportunities. If you want to get started, this is the time for you to get in and buy some crypto. But I'm not giving you financial advice, and I always preach this, that if you are going to be buying, please just stick to the solid projects. Forget about altcoins for now. Maybe you can get into altcoins when the market is recovering, when we see the economies are getting better, inflation is no longer rising as what we are seeing today. But then people will always do their own thing. I'm just sharing my experience in these markets, so I can also learn something from you. That is why I always say, please let me know what you think in the comment section below. So Bitcoin is not going down to zero. That is just a lie. What you're seeing on the mainstream media or social media is just to scare you, So let's focus on the right thing, educate ourselves about crypto or finance. It's not going to take a week or a month to see the direction changing, but eventually the market is going to change direction. So that was the video for today. Please, if you like the content, like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.